Hey guys, this is Yao9 here once again, back with another toy review, and today, which is Monday, May 21st, I received something from eBay, I got it on an auction, and I won, and the package came in today, so, yeah, and the monster is... Give it a second, let it zoom out. The giant space giant space spark monster, Bazob. And yeah, Bazob. You know, who the hell is Bazob? I mean, you know, considering how unpopular the Dyna series was, it's really hard for Bandai to make any figures of this figure at all and get away with it, but they made this guy, who is not extremely important, but nevertheless it was part of a, you know, interesting part of Ultraman Dyna history. Now, so in the first part of the review, we'll just go into the detail and paint job. Just zoom in low here. So as you can see, the figure is very nicely detailed for 1998 style toys, and even like the inside mouth. Yes, that is another mouth. Has details in it. There's rarely parts of this figure that's smooth. Even the nails have some etchings on it. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see that, but you know. So, copyright 1997. It's Hooray, right here. References Bazob and Bazob. Batman 1998 made in China. Yeah, so you can see, you know, there's tons of detail on this figure. Just love it. All this little stuff right there. Paint job wise, this figure looks excellent. Looks just like the suit. The tail nails look like they're faded out. This figure is made of black vinyl after all, and the nails look like they're faded out, which is how they're supposed to be looking in the TV show. The teeth on the top of the first mouth are the exact same color as the face itself, so yeah, there's no really complaints over there, but the only complaint with this figure is the eyes and the head. The eyes are supposed to be like purple, like similar to this, except a little bit darker, and this part is supposed to be a lot darker blue, but you know, that would make the figure look kind of boring. I have to give Bazob credit for what they did. They spiced it up a tiny bit using library colors, USB cord. And it looks great for, you know, such a cartoon-looking character. And yeah, you know, who am I to complain about Bazob? You know, the awesome Bazob that goes something to go for $100 on eBay. Yeah, I'm not kidding about that. So yeah, I got this guy for $15, or actually $20, $21.33. That's turning shipping and everything. And it was kind of it was pretty good with deal. It didn't have the tag, it was used, but I knew fairly well, you know, what the issues were gonna be before I purchased the item. Now, articulation is pretty mediocre on this figure, I have to say. Even though Bandai did just, you know, nailed what they could with the articulation. The head rotates 360, no problem right there. So you can have, you know, Bazob look around and such. The arms also rotate 360 if you force them to. The flaps on the wings and the hands collide with the legs down here, so you know, can't really rotate that much, and there's really no point in rotating it. He, you know, just does very little things with his hands. And the tail, it used to be a glue seal, but the previous owner broke it, and you know, now my figure has an extra point of articulation that, you know, doesn't destroy the figure. Now, the feet doesn't have any articulations. It's like the Bazob curse all over again, but, you know, they couldn't have done anything with the legs anyway, you know. It was just collided with the arms, and that will make the entire thing worthless. So, you know, what's the point of adding leg articulation? I mean, but still, you know, you could have just added a tiny bit so that you can, you know, move your legs a tiny bit. When you're doing some motions, they're just moving it around like this. I mean, that was kind of stupid. In my case, that is. So, yeah, that covers articulation and detail. Paint job is also done. Why don't I go to a little history of this guy? So Bazob first appeared in space, like Bemstar, and he found the underdeveloped supergust solar station called Helios space station, and he ate it using the little thing down here. Homage to how the original Bemstar attacked the MAT space station in the ZAT Space Station 1 in Ultraman Jack and Ultraman Taro, or Return of Ultraman Taro. So just a little homage fact right there. And after that, Bazob does and he seems like he's hungry for electricity, which is kind of weird because he can't overdose himself with electricity, but he needs to eat a lot of it anyway. So it's kind of like it's kind of mean to get into like an in-between with this guy. So just enough of rambling with that. He then generates, because he ate the Helios station, energy leaks out and creates an electrical barrier around Bazob here with a 3-kilometer diameter. So anything within that occurred, any lasers, like computer program attacks, for example, laser blasts, the Guts Eagles, Roaring Thunder, and the Guts Eagles themselves will all be inactive when in the 3-inch diameter. And what really pisses people off is that this guy, ate the Helios space station, and the Supergust Captain Hibiki was in it. And so it was up to the so-called co-captain Koda to do things, but he can't decide because if he wants like zero, it's almost impossible for him to get 0 casualties out of this mission. So he's sort of stuck, and Bazob lands near the Supergust base and just waves through all the lines of defense, but nothing's stopping him because they're all computer controlled and computers are inactive. And so, Supergust tries one last time using the Tornado Thunder to hit him, but Koda actually does something really cool. Well, that was after, Asuka got out and transforms into Ultraman Dyna in order to fight him. Koda got into like a small motor plane, which, won't be affected because it is not computer controlled. Runs up to, gets caught in Bazob's hands and fires the XX gun into Bazob's head crystal right here, which for some reason generates like a negative current that shocks him, and the Helios space station is able to do something for once. Using that, Dyna, Ultraman Dyna here, can't really attack Bazob before, but now that he can, he does attack, but he still can't harm, Hibiki inside this organ, or it's like trapped at the top. So what he did was that he created a miracle time, and he shoved himself inside the cannon of the Roaring Thunder for Guts Eagle, sort of like the homage to Ultra 7 when he was battling Crazy Gone. And he turns into like a living missile and smack. So when Bazob was still unconscious, he just smashes through the thing while grabbing the humans at the same time, which is Koda, Captain Hibiki, and a member of the Helios space station. Bazob explodes, and Dyna uses teleportation and reappears somewhere else, and just looks triumphant and everything. So that was pretty cool actually. Yeah, and that's the end of Bazob. We haven't seen him ever since after that, and that's his history. He does later appear in like manga, but I'm not going to even go there. So, side comparison. According to the Ultraman official case file, Bazob is 65.5 meters tall. And so we'll get out the 59-meter Ultraman Dyna to show you just how big this figure is. Now, as you can see, this figure is poorly scaled. It's just way too small for its size. I mean, just look at that. That's pathetic. Bazob should be something like this compared to Dyna. I mean, he's 65.5 feet 59, so it should be something like this, or even this, but not with this. Dyna's taller. And since, Dyna doesn't work with this guy, it's basically impossible for any of the other characters to work with him. For example, we'll take out his Bloodsucker. And you can see, technically, Bazob Bazob should be taller than Monster in some ways, but unfortunately this figure just fails in scale. Possibly every single way. Maybe one figure will scale up with him, and that's Captain Zoika here. And this still is a poor scaling. Bazob should be something like this compared to Zoika if we scale him to 64 meters instead of 2 meters. So yeah, scaling is very poor on this figure, but if you have like an Ultra Dino, you can always pose Dino in one of his poses, like maybe something like this. I'm using the glow in the dark head because I feel like it and it looks cool and everything. So not much of that. So you can always pose him like one of his major battle poses, and you can sort of fake it. I mean this is like Neosaurus coming back again. So you can sort of fake the whole 65 meters, 59 meters thing, and something that screws up in the film is that Dinah actually unleashes a new attack that's they've never seen before. He holds his hand out like this, and he shoots like yellow electrical bolts around it, and it turns into like an electrical sphere, which is kind of weird. Now Bazob is also mainly electrical attacks. His mouth can open, even though it's a closed mouth version. He can absorb beam lights. He has electrical barrier field. He can eat things with this thing, but they only get digested very quickly. Unlike Benstar, who made a lot of human casualties. His head can also launch very powerful electrical bolts that are the exact same sprite later used for Neo Geonosis back electrical shocks. So that's a little factual tidbit right there. And what's cool is that it's like mimicking Zeta in some way. Before it launches anything from its electrical bolt, there's like a few light bulbs just like go like sequential lighting up towards the top, and then it fires. So it is a pretty cool looking kaiju that really should deserve a lot more attention in my taste. If Bandai ever would release this figure, which I hope they will, at least put him in like Ultraman Red Sun. I mean, Ritsuda in episode 23, Dinah comes back. He's with Mountain Gorillas 5. That's why you're seeing a reissue of him but Zoika won't come back for some strange reason. Perhaps the mold is out of issue, but he should come back, and he's like so cool, but Heisei Bemster, just to be really much exact. And yeah, after around there for 12 minutes, I really don't see anything wrong with this guy. You can pick him up if you find him for a cheap price. I found it for $15 used. There was one for like $12 that I got brand new, but it's only $5 because I could get my hands on it. So that's kind of sad and everything. And it did come with a tag, so not much use complaining about. But otherwise, if you can find it for like $15 or less, I say pick him up. He's a great looking kaiju. There's nothing wrong with him. Scale wise it could be a little bit better, but in the end I give Bazob a 4.5. He's a great looking kaiju, amazing detail, pretty good paint job, especially the eyes, the figure on the figure. But the only thing that knocks it down is mediocre articulation, which you can't blame Bandai for it, and the obvious size thing, which you blame Bandai for. And so yeah, that's my review on Bazob. 4.5/5. He's a great figure, and pick him up if you can. So yeah, this is Hooray, signing out.